All right, so we're moving on to one of our final pieces here, which is the leg kit assembly. Now I remember in the last video, it had us attach those blocks at the bottom if you did not have the leg assembly. So what I did in the last video for building the base is I put these legs in, and you got 6 screws on each side of these metal leg plates. So what I did is we're just going to pick up from where I left off in there. If you're just joining in now looking at this video, it's real simple. You have pre-punched holes on the wood down here. My recommendation that I made is to take a 1/16 drill bit and put it as far as the screw in your cordless drill and kind of pre-drill these holes to help facilitate the process. And I put it to a setting of 4 on my cordless drill to get these in place. And that's what I did to get them going. Now, moving on, we have these little covers, you know, to spruce it up and make it that much more fancy. They come in this nice little box right here. As always, I have pre-countersunk the pieces and pre-drilled all the little punch holes. So, pull all these out. So you have 4 and 4. You have a big one and a little one. And of course, you know, it makes a little pattern like this. Now, in case building the Flow Hive 2 wasn't as difficult enough, they made it just a little bit more fun here at the end. You get a nice little puzzle of putting these pieces on the right way to where the punch hole is on the inside every time. So you kind of got to do a little bit of playing around to get the pieces in the right place. So that way, like I said, all of them have these holes to the inside. I kind of cheated and to facilitate this process, and I marked every one of my pieces with a number with one of my chalk markers here, just so I know which ones I drilled for which. That way I don't have to go back through and figure it out. And plus, since I pre-drilled all this stuff, I want to make sure it all still matches up. So here's number 1, and then here's number 2, and 3, and 4. All right, so 2 is right here. All right, and then there you go. See? Matches up with that. Obviously wouldn't go on this one because it wouldn't be the right way, and then if I flipped it around this way, I have to drill a hole on this side, which you don't want to do. So we'll just go ahead and get this going here. This is a pretty easy process, like I said, if you pre-drill everything. If you are handy enough with the cordless drill, again, this is a safe bet. Just make sure you have your torque setting really low, so that way you don't end up over torquing and stripping out the screw. There we go. What we'll do is we'll go through, put all our Phillips heads screws in here. Number 3. And just like I said, nice and easy, one side at a time. But if you're going to try doing this by hand and not pre-drill, one thing that I did find as I went along here with these pieces is that the holes sometimes don't line up very good, and what you could end up doing is then screwing in, if you do it at an angle, and it will then separate and push this piece down as you screw in. So you can either clamp it, or if you got a really good hold, make sure you get these pieces on just the right way, so that way everything kind of stays close to this metal bit and you don't have this gap. Functionality wise, it doesn't do anything. It's just an aesthetic thing. And if you're like me, you want everything to be nice and perfect and flush. So that's why I pre-clamped it and pre-drilled it, just to make it that much more flush. So I guess some say I might be a little bit OCD, but whatever. I like things nice. Some people will be like, yeah, whatever, it's just for some bees, not a biggie. But it's one of those things also, no one will ever notice it but you. Whenever you do projects, you always remember all your imperfections. I once did a motorcycle paint job and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful, you did a great job on this. And I was like, oh, but look at this, look at that, look at this little minor imperfection. And they're like, huh, didn't even see that. And so after a while, I just stopped pointing out imperfections in some of the work that I did. No one ever knows. So I think your worst critic is yourself. All right, so after you get the Phillips heads in there, just go ahead and then do this last little bit right here with the screws. Few more screws and this thing is almost done. Oops. Okay. All right, there you go. Now you got all your little covers in place. Makes it look that much more, pretty to look at. And then our final piece that we are going to do is put these little feet inside here. These are nice because they are adjustable at the base here, where you can turn it any which way. So if you have an uneven surface, it will help kind of grip to that, and that way you don't have that wobble. So what you do, just screw these bad boys into here. So I'm just going to put mine all the way to the top of the inside here. And as I go out there, I'll adjust it. Another good thing that I like about this link kit is it really minimizes your contact with the ground as far as ways that ants and other critters can get up. I'll see how sturdy this kit is in the weather out here. Like I said, England gets some voracious winds that blow a lot of stuff over and take down trees and whatnot, and I'll be interested to see how well this kit holds up. Granted, I'm still going to strap down my hive just because I don't want to take a chance. That would be the worst, is having your house knocked over. I'm sure the bees would not be too happy. And since I do have a lot of foundationless and open comb in there, you know, there's a chance that I could end up doing some real damage inside. Nothing the bees can't fix, you know, or make right, but who would want their home destroyed, right? All right, and there you go. Here is with the leg kit installed. So pretty simple, pretty easy. The one final bit that I will be doing is assembling all of this together so you can see the final product and what it looks like, and putting the auto flow frames in there just to show you, because obviously if you are going to be putting a hive inside here, if it is not up to, you know, a full colony or strong enough, you don't just go ahead and throw your flow super on top, because they need to build up their colony before you go trying to get honey all into there. And then I can show you videos on that later on, and when to add a super and what to look for and whatnot. But here is the base assembly with the leg assembly attached onto there. So thanks.